Sensei,
Oos.
you know more than anything that I'm a fan of nostalgia to a degree.
Yes. Yep.
And that's not just in my daily life. You know, yes, I go back and watch a Goofy movie because it was my favorite as a child. Yes, I relived the 90s because it was the greatest 10 years of any generation ever. You can attest to this. I know you're a little older, but...
Facts.
Nostalgia is a great act in all of life, and especially in sports, and especially in combat sports. And Sensei, we get a little bit of that. You know what I'm upset about? I have the Jeffrey Dahmer wall, and I don't have my proper 12 whiskey behind me. But
That's true. That's true.
I'm upset about that. But I don't have to, because I now have the return of the Mac. Sensei,
Yes.
Conor McGregor is back. Officially. And he's coaching the Ultimate Fighter. Guys, stop what you're doing. That means watching our awesome video for just 1 second, because today's video is sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends. I want to dominate in this game, but Sensei, I want to do it in my favorite place. I want your top 3 places to play Raid right now, off the top of the dome. Where do you like playing the game?
Well, first of all, in my setup at home on the PC.
That's
okay.
true.
You know, or late at night, you know, the missus falls asleep. I pull up my phone, boom, mobile.
Heyo.
And then the other time, I'm mostly on my phone in the bathroom.
There you go. My favorite places to play, Sensei, are on the go, because your boy's always flying. I need to play it on the plane. Get the in-flight Wi-Fi, or the Wi-Fi as my grandma would say. I don't have my Mrs. Sensei, so while I'm at home alone, I pull up on the PC. I might be playing some other music, something else, but I gotta get my Raid in. And last but not least, Sensei, I like to go for a nice walk here and there, but sometimes I'm in the zone. So on my walks, I pull out the phone, play some Raid Shadow Legends. You guys, if you haven't started playing yet, you need to. So we have an event coming live. Actually, Sensei, the event's live right now. Champions Elect event going on right now. And for you guys to participate, all you need to do is boom, download Raid, link below. Then get your game player ID. I need you to use that. Then go to championselect.polarium.com, enter your player ID, and vote for your chosen champion. Tons of prizes you guys can get there, but you gotta do it now because it ends on February 10th. Sensei, tell me about Rhonda.
Yes, Ronda Rousey. She's an OP character that they played in the game. So to unlock her and to be able to use her, all you have to do is play Raid for 7 days before February 20th. Okay? And then you can unlock her as a character and use her and dominate, dude.
By once again clicking the link in the description or scanning the QR code on the screen, and you guys are gonna get unique bonuses worth $35. Like what, Sensei?
You're going to get a free Epic Champion, Jotun. The dude's jacked, okay? 100k silver, 50 gems, and 2 Epic Skill Tomes.
There they are. You heard that. And once
There it
you're in
is.
game, guys, come and find me in Sensei if you can. If you're quick
Try.
enough
You could try.
to catch up to us, maybe you can join the Breakdown clan. But thank you to Raid Shadow Legends for sponsoring this video. Now, let's get back to the breakdown.
Yes. That's
One
what
of
we
the
need,
most,
dude.
one of the most entertaining genres of MMA was Conor McGregor's rise. And the biggest part of that, one of the biggest, was the Ultimate Fighter alongside Uriah Faber after knocking out Chad Mendez, his teammate, before he fought Jose Aldo. Now,
What a time, people. What a time.
what a time to be alive, but we didn't talk about his opponent. It had been rumored to be potentially Tony Ferguson, which, if I am a fan of nostalgia, a little bit, it makes me a little upset. I wish it was Tony. But for the pure fireworks of what we're about to get here, the man with the most motivational speeches you'll ever hear in combat sports, the man with the promo skills, quite frankly, to live up to Conor McGregor,
Yep.
and the man that also lives in Nashville, so I got to rep Tennessee on this one. He's from Missouri, living in Nashville. It's Michael Chandler, baby. Sensei, talk to me. What do you think about this matchup?
First off, the matchup is great.
Yes.
The matchup is a banger, regardless. Then you put it on tough. You put on the Ultimate Fighter, right? And now you have this whole build to it. You know, Conor McGregor, Ultimate Fighter. Coaching?
Coaching.
Pure gold. Pure gold. Then you got Chandler, and then they get to meet at the end. I think it's the perfect guys for it, because Chandler's a guy who is clearly now, he's for the game as well. He's for the business. He's for, you know, combat sports and promoting and doing the whole thing. So you know he's going to be locked in. He's not going to be a guy that's going to be they're going to have to push to do stuff on the show. He's
Right.
going to be great on the show as well. And we already know what we're going to get with Conor.
Yeah.
Connor's made for this.
Oh, yeah.
So you get a guy who you know is going to do stuff, who's going to promote it and do very well, to match him with Conor. And then the fight, let alone the show, the fight is going to be fireworks.
Oh, my God.
These guys just need to juice up a little bit to make their chins bigger so they can make it out of the first round.
Hey, speaking of that, let's talk about this. We did a segment a couple of months back where Conor McGregor had been accused, and probably rightfully so, of taking PEDs to heal his leg. Which, again,
no big deal. Mark Wahlberg from that freaking movie he did with The Rock.
Oh, yeah, no, he's jacked up. Now, here's something that we didn't talk about. For Conor to fight in the UFC, he does have to enter or re-enter the USADA testing pool, right?
Yep.
So a couple of journalists that do probably way better work than we do on the news coverage front here got the information that as of yesterday, February 4th, Conor still had not tested or re-entered the USADA pool. So
this man's taking his final sip. He's like this.
He's like, let me get that
one
little bit.
All right, now we good. Okay.
Now we good. Bloody hell, mate. So, yes, he hasn't yet retested, hasn't re-entered the pool. So that means he still is going to have to re-enter for 6 months and have 2 negative tests at least during that time frame.
Yeah.
We're not going to get this fight, potentially. I mean, 6 months from now, that would be August, right?
Okay. Yeah. So
it doesn't have any effect on the show, but I do wonder, the longer we wait on that, listen, the fight can happen whenever. I'm such an understander of the combat sports scene. The longer we wait to get things finalized, the worse it looks for potential. I'm not saying the fight's not going to happen. It is. Let's all believe. But again, we're talking about the art of nostalgia. UFC in 2023, we're bringing back John Jones.
Let's go, dude.
Heavyweight. We're bringing back Conor McGregor. All we need at this point is somebody to get in touch with Daniel Cormier, get him back in the mix.
Imagine.
Give me. I don't want to say give me Chuck Liddell. I don't need that. You saw Fedor retire yesterday.
Yeah, about time.
Yeah, the last emperor finally took his last MMA breaths. But I do want to know, when we're looking at this, we know what we get out of Conor in the show as far as the antics, the talking back and forth. He will say he's there to get in the mind of Michael Chandler, to be, Conor McGregor. But he, as that last one went, he started to really bond with the guys in the house. He was really invested in seeing them win. It was cool to see Conor actually become a coach, because he started that out being every man for himself. No one's teammates here.
Correct.
This time around, I do want to see if we get an older, wiser Conor, which we don't have as a person. He's not very much wiser than he ever was, but maybe as a coach. And we'll see if we get some sneak peeks, Sensei, of his style. That's what I want to see. Has Conor changed?
That's true. Well, could be concerned about that. Is he changing, or is he? I want to see more nostalgia.
Give me revert back. Give me that. You know what I mean?
We want to revert back, and also, I don't know if we're gonna get either the wise Conor McGregor or we're gonna get Rampage Jackson, because the dude is just coming off of juice. We're gonna get slamming and kicking doors. We're gonna get one or the other. Don't know which one. We might even get Vanderlei. Have no idea what we're gonna get with Conor. Maybe Vanderlei and Chandler's gonna be Chael. You know what I'm saying? It may be one of those situations. I can't let you get that close.
I smacked you. We talking. No more talk.
But speaking of nostalgia, Conor McGregor, he needs. I don't want to say it like this, because this would be real disrespectful to Conor, but in a way, he's like turning into Ronda Rousey. In a way, because Ronda fell in love with the boxing after she knocked out. Was it Bethe Correia?
Yeah.
Yes, she knocked her out, and she was like, "Ooh, I got these hands, and I'm gonna box now." And Conor, he has a big left hand, and he can punch well. But he was a martial artist who can punch very well.
Right.
And he had a boxing background, so that's where his punching ability came from. But he's not like a stand-in-the-pocket boxer. And we've seen him, Dustin last 2 fights, can't do that with Dustin Poirier.
Nope.
And Chandler's a guy who's dangerous and who obviously gets caught in those situations too.
By the way, speaking of Dustin Poirier, his thoughts on this. The Ultimate Fighter All My Children edition, after the 2 wins versus Conor and the 1 win versus Chandler.
Yeah.
Fair play to him. You can say that.
Yeah. I think we need to see Conor just a jacked version like GSP. Let's get Conor McGregor looking yoked and just moving like GSP.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Superman punch jab, then sneaking in that left hand.
Yeah.
Because I'm concerned. You know, Chandler's. Did you see what Chandler said?
Yeah.
Second round.
Yeah.
Now, of course, that could be bad for Chandler. But Chandler's a guys who game, and Conor maybe, you know.
Right. I don't want to see
always the movement. That Conor, you don't want to, you know.
I don't want to see shoulders forward trying to play the high parry game. I don't want to see that. I want to see hands loose, arms loose, hands low, bouncing.
Ooh, bouncing, spinning.
But again, though, this is what you worry about. I'll give you the counterpoint to Conor going fully reverting all the way back. This is why I'm going to give you a counterpoint. Michael Chandler is a high-level wrestler. If he decides to use it. We don't know if he will or if he's going to come out and put on a show. If Conor goes bladed, and we already know, I mean, Dustin took him down, bro. Dustin took him down. 2 minutes into their third or second fight. Boom, put him down. Changed the fight. If Conor does catch Mike early and Mike's like, holy fuck, I am not playing that game anymore, decides to wrestle, and here we got Conor bladed stance bouncing around, it was never hard to take Conor down. The Khabib fight, you could argue, was his best takedown defense, and even then, you saw him changing so much to worry about that it didn't really matter.
For sure.
So it's like, if it's Chandler coming forward, that's good news for Conor. If he's like, yeah, bro, let's make this a fucking war, that's good news for Conor. Connor's
and
far
Chandler's
more
probably going to do that.
And 100%, yeah, if we're honest, Chandler's probably going to do that and make it an entertaining fight. He's done that with everybody. He didn't wrestle Dustin. He didn't wrestle Gaethje. He didn't wrestle any of those guys. He just started swanging, buddy. Swanging. Didn't wrestle T. Ferg. Just swang. Like the whole thing.
For real.
So, again, very early predictions here. Yes, we want to see Conor go back to what made him malleable, what made him different, right? Because Conor never got worse, in my opinion. I know a lot of people were like, oh, Conor's worse, he's lost it. I don't think he's ever lost it. I think visually he may have lost it to people because he's losing to high-level guys, but I think the game just caught up a little bit. You know, I think he was so ahead of the game back in his day in 2015, 2016 that guys weren't ready for a guy super brash, super confident, accurate, deadly, was able to, even if he got...
Where did the side kicks go, dude? Where did the
front kick go?
Where'd the front kick go? Where'd the low snap and front kick? Where'd the back kick go?
Yeah.
Where'd the wheel kick go?
Yeah. Be
you
variable.
Know what I'm saying?
That's the idea. Be variable. Don't be so...
You know who I talked to back then? Joe Lozon. You got to know Joe.
Yeah, Big Joe.
He's down the road from me about 30 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Down in Somerville. And back then, the big talk about Conor, which was, you know, everything is a smokescreen for that left hand. But then he got rid of the smoke screens.
Yeah, and just the left hand was still there.
Because those smoke screens were scary. It wasn't just like little flick kicks like was it Ryan Hall or like a jiu-jitsu guy?
Right.
Like they just throw it like the Diaz will throw like a crescent kick
to
or something.
roll, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Like it's not one of those smoke screens. Like Conor's smoke screen is like a step through spinning wheel kick, trying to like a baseball bat to your dome, or like he'll stomp on your knee with a side kick, or he'll snap in that front kick, or he'll do like the capoeira influence moves as a way to get you off on your back foot, you know, trying to play the game and then try to get you to an exchange instead of creeping forward and getting into a firefight with hands. So to me, I'm like, we need the smoke screens back.
I agree. And you know what? Again, I don't think that Conor got worse. I just think that there was so much reliance put upon what he knows is his best weapon. And this quite honest, I think it's more over-emotional from Conor coming back after that first loss to Dustin, because he was dangerous in that first fight, landed some good stuff, but there was an overemphasis put on his boxing, so that going into that I guess the second Dustin fight, going into the third one, the emotions were so... You never saw Conor like that on fight night. And right before. Like, you saw him talking, but then on fight night, everything was... And he was just loose, relaxed, playing. Does Conor have it? Does he still got it, Sensei? And if so, how does he get back to being the Mystic Mac? We don't have those answers, guys. That's for you to decide. Conor making his return probably around August. What do you think? How does he do, and can he beat Michael Chandler and return to glory? Let us know.
I can't take no loss. I don't even know what it